Hi everyone, Dan and Brady here with Storm Equipment. Today we're going to go through what it takes to run a wiring harness on this Case 321 to get your hydraulic wing plow up and running. All right, so the first thing that we're going to want to do when you get your harness, it'll come pre-wired there at the 4-pin plug. In order to feed it through, you're going to want to take that little set bolt out and then unhook the wiring connections from the 4-pin connector there. We'll explain how to hook those back together in a future step. So now that we have the 4-pin connector taken apart, you're going to want to find a grommet to feed the wire through in the fuse panel there, and then underneath the cab, and then locate your hydraulic lines. And generally we follow the hydraulic lines that go down to the boom and route those all the way to the end where you mount the 4-pin connector when we get it all down there. When you're doing this, just be mindful of any pinch points and slack areas. So now that you're down there, feed your wires back through the 4-pin housing. And you're going to want to connect your black wire to the little ground symbol and the green and red wires to positions 1 and 2. Now that we have the wires reconnected, go ahead and slide that back in the housing and insert the set screw through both and secure it. Next, we're going to want to locate where we're going to mount the 4-pin. In a 321, in this case, we use a bolt that is already provided. Go ahead and loosen that up. We use this location here on a 321 or 221 because it basically acts as a shield for the wiring and keeps it protected. Once you get that in place, go ahead and tighten it down. Next, we're going to want to go ahead and work our way back to the cab, securing our wire with some cable ties. Trim your tag ends. After you have the cable ties cleaned up, we will work on connecting our power and ground. In this instance, for our ground, we utilize a bolt that attaches the fuse panel there. Connect your ground, make sure you have it good and tight, and then locate a keyed fuse. Add your addifuse and be sure that you replace the fuse that you took out into the open spot. Next, go ahead and tidy up any excess wires. Now we're in the cab. We are going to hook up our push harness to the joystick. First, you're going to want to remove the panel there on the right side of the cab. Just need to move that out of the way slightly. And there's an opening down below that gives you direct access to the fuse panel. And you're going to want to locate the 4 pins on the main harness and connect them to the wire you just fed down through the cab. The wires correspond green to green, red to red, white to white, and black to black. Once you get that run, Go ahead and put the push harness onto the joysticks with the provided zip ties. And when it's on, make sure that you trim off the tag ends of those cable ties. Check for proper clearance of the wire as it comes through underneath the panel there. And you can go ahead and reinstall the bolts that you took out, and that's what it should look like. You will use the rocker on the joystick and the bottom and top momentary switches to activate your left or right wing. And on the solenoids there in the middle of the plow, you should be able to see the lights being activated when you push the momentary switch. And that's it. Thanks for watching.